He braced for death as his burning fighter spiraled toward the ground, a German Luftwaffe pilot certain he'd never see another sunrise. But instead of being shot or captured, his enemies gave him something unthinkable. They handed him the controls of their own planes. In the chaos of World War II, the line between friend and foe was razor thin, but for one German pilot, it vanished completely. What began as a crash and capture would turn into one of the most bizarre acts of trust ever recorded in wartime aviation. And the truth behind it? It changed everything the Allies thought they knew about the enemy. In early 1944, Luftwaffe pilot Hans Meyer was a rising star, barely 23. He'd flown dozens of missions in his Messerschmitt Bf 109, a plane as feared as its pilot. But by that year, the skies over Europe were no longer Germany's domain. They belonged to the Americans and their P-51 Mustangs. On a mission over northern France, Hans's squadron was ambushed. His engine caught fire. His cockpit filled with smoke, and as he bailed out, he watched his aircraft explode beneath him, the war literally falling apart below. When he hit the ground, Allied soldiers surrounded him. The young pilot expected a bullet. Instead, they gave him a blanket and coffee. Days later, inside a British interrogation center, officers realized Hans was different, fluent in English, intelligent, and most importantly, honest. He didn't worship the Nazi cause. He worshipped flight. So the Americans made a bold move. They offered him a deal. Help them understand captured German planes, fly them, explain them, and he'd avoid imprisonment. For months, Hans flew test missions in Allied-controlled airfields, piloting German aircraft to reveal their secrets. His expertise helped Allied pilots learn how to counter Luftwaffe tactics, information that saved lives and shortened battles. He was no longer the hunter or the hunted. He was something in between. A man flying on both sides of history. When the war ended, Hans vanished. No medals, no records, just whispers of the German who flew for both sides. He entered the war as a soldier, and left it as a ghost of two nations. If you love true stories that blur the line between enemy and hero, hit subscribe, because the next one will make you question everything you thought you knew about World War II.